Hi, my name is Mark Russell. I'm a financial wellness board member with National Debt Relief. I have over a decade of experience working in the financial services world, and it's my goal to make very complex financial concepts that you hear every single day. I want to make them easy so you can transform your financial life. Why would I want to do that? Well, even though I was doing all right by myself as a licensed financial advisor and licensed stockbroker, some years ago, I found myself in a significant amount of debt, to the tune of about $80,000 of debt. So I know firsthand how stressful it is to be in debt. However, at one point I had enough and I said, you know what? Enough is enough, and I wanted to change my life around. Right now, I'm proud to say that I'm 100% debt-free, and I'm on a mission to help others take control of their financial life too. And because I was having so much fun, this became my profession. And now you might know me from my features in Time Magazine, CNBC, Forbes Magazine, or my online community, Better Wallet, with over 300,000 members. I've also been nominated for multiple financial education awards, and I'm here to teach you how to be better with your money. As I know from firsthand experience, life can be unpredictable. One minute, everything is going according to plan, and the next minute, you're faced with a leaking roof, a car repair, or even worse, a job loss. Not only could this give you a big headache on its own, an emergency like this happening may cause mayhem in your wallet as well. Even more so when you're not prepared for such an emergency and you don't have that money tucked away for a rainy day. And by the way, if you feel like you're in that category, you're not alone. In fact, according to a poll conducted by Bankrate.com, 56% of Americans would not be able to cover a $1,000 emergency expense today. But together with National Debt Relief, we're here to change that. So you might be asking, what is the solution for this? And the answer, creating your own emergency fund, of course. Creating a financial safety net on your own could help you in times of financial distress. And it could ease some of the financial stress that you're feeling right now. I don't know about you, but it always feels good knowing that I have money tucked away for a rainy day. Other than giving you a peace of mind, there are plenty of other reasons you'll be thankful that you had an emergency fund, especially when hits the proverbial fan. And you won't have to rely on high interest credit cards during a financial crunch as well. And you don't have to compromise your health decisions because of your expenses. And you'd be less tempted to borrow money from your 401k as well. Leave that money for retirement. Experts state that emergency fund should be worth about 6 months of expenses, and that's normally ideal. That way you have money tucked away, so if you lose your job, you have plenty of time to find a new job, or if you find yourself losing your income because of medical reasons, you can have that money tucked away. But only 28% of Americans have an emergency fund that's big enough to cover 6 months of expenses. So let's change that right now. The first question you probably have is, how much do I need to save in my emergency fund? And I totally get that. Most experts say 3 to 6 months worth of expenses is ideal. However, it would never hurt to have more than that. To calculate how much your monthly expenses are, list out all your expenses like your rent, your mortgage, your utility bills, groceries, insurance payment, car payments, or even irregular expenses like holiday gifts, Uber Eats, going out to eat, shoes, clothes, etc. Then when you have all that, add up all your expenses to one number and multiply by a number of months that you're aiming for, let it be 3 or 6 or 9 months. Of course, this all depends on your life situation, so the numbers could vary. All right, do you have your savings goal? Perfect. Now let's move on to step number 2. Opening up a savings account, and even better, a high yield savings account. You want to open that up for your emergency fund. And normally I get the question, why wouldn't I just use my regular bank account? Here's the deal. You want your account to be separated from your everyday checking and spending account. Why would you want to do that? It reduces the urge to dip into it for non-emergencies. High-yield savings accounts are a complete game changer because they earn way more interest than a traditional savings account. So while your money sits there, it's growing faster and no extra work is needed. Plus, keeping it in a different bank can help you avoid impulse withdrawals. Okay, now that you know how much you need to have in your emergency fund in total, and you have the account set up, it's time to start filling up your emergency fund. What's important here is that you start small and make it manageable. Being consistent with your monthly contribution is more important than the height of your contribution. In other words, what's most important is that you build that habit and not how much money you're putting in. To calculate the amount you can comfortably put into your emergency fund, you just need to subtract your monthly expenses you calculated in step number 1 from your total income, which will give you what they call discretionary income, which is a fancy term that just means how much money do you have left over after you pay for all your expenses. From this money, pick an amount or a percentage, let's say $30 or 25%, and dedicate that to filling up your emergency fund. Then transfer this money into your emergency fund consistently. A lot of programs out there allow you to do it automatically, so you don't even have to think about it. And slowly but surely, you're going to see your emergency fund growing. To double down on what I just said, you probably want to make saving easier, right? This way, it won't be a hassle to fill up your emergency fund, and you'll increase the chances of actually following through with the plan. So again, you want to automate your savings. At almost every major bank, you can set up automatic transfers from one account to another. It's essentially a set it and forget it approach, ensuring that your emergency fund is growing steadily. So by using automation, it's really not going to get any easier than that. And I'm a pro, so here's a pro tip. Set up the automatic transfer to your emergency fund for the amount that you determined in step number 3, the day after you get your paycheck to your bank account. That way you can make sure you have enough funds in your account. Now on to the last step. And I know the previous step was set and forget it, but you still want to review your emergency fund periodically. You don't need to take a peek at it every single month, but checking on it at least once a quarter or every 6 months is probably a good choice to basically see how you're doing. Also, life changes. Life can be crazy, and so maybe your financial needs. Maybe you moved to a bigger house or you added another member to your family. Both have a significant impact on your monthly expenses, which means that these life events have a significant impact on how big your emergency fund probably needs to be. The task of building an emergency fund might seem a little intimidating at first, but the peace of mind and financial security that you have in return are well worth it. As with any good habit, starting is the most critical step. If you're consistent with your savings and add money to your emergency fund, you'll likely be able to build enough in your emergency fund in no time, which will really help you and your family when you truly need it. So be sure to use this 5-step plan in order to make it happen. Good luck saving. If creating an emergency fund is not a top priority for you because you're currently in debt and you're actively looking for help in your journey of becoming debt-free, debt relief companies like National Debt Relief are here to help. If you have any questions or would like a free, no obligation debt relief consultation call, visit their website at nationaldebtrelief.com. If you happen to have any questions regarding any other financial related topic, check out the other videos in the series on National Debt Relief's YouTube channel. It's our goal to make financial concepts that you hear every single day. We want to make them easy so you can transform your financial life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.